Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, the White House makes a huge announcement about the Keystone Pipeline.
And SU lands a spot on the list of top schools for veterans.
And the unemployment rate has dropped to a 7-year low.
All those stories and more coming up from your campus news leaders.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hello and welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Jacob Reynolds.
And I'm Monica Hammer. The Vice President will be visiting Syracuse University next week. That's our top story tonight.
The Post-Standard has reported Vice President Joe Biden will be visiting SU next Thursday. He will reportedly make a speech raising awareness about sexual assaults on college campuses.
SU is one of 4 colleges Biden will visit as part of the It's On Us campaign, which was started last year when the statistic came out that 1 in 5 women on college campuses are sexually assaulted. Biden graduated from SU's College of Law in 1968. A new study shows that Syracuse is the 7th best place in the country for veterans pursuing higher education opportunities. The 2015 Best Places for Veterans Education list identifies U.S. metro areas that offer higher education opportunities for veterans seeking to leverage their education benefits. The top 3 cities include Tuscaloosa, Lynchburg, and Ann Arbor. And anyone who's been to the College Place bus stop may have seen an exciting new addition. There are now heaters. For the past few months, the Student Association has been working to get heaters installed. A representative from SA says they should be operational in about 2 weeks.
The Green Party ran a number of candidates in this year's local elections, and one of those candidates was SU student Caleb Duncan, who ran for the school board. Our Rob Romano spoke to Duncan and Green Party supporters on campus to hear what they had to say.
Howie Hawkins and his fellow Greens lost every race inside the Syracuse Polish home on election night, but the candidate for city auditor laughed at the result.
People are disappointed. They really wanted to win. Tell me about it. I've run 22 times.
19-year-old SU student Caleb Duncan lost his bid for school board. He spoke about his future as a Syracuse student with political experience under his belt.
I'm planning on studying hard. Testing even harder. We'll see how school goes. But I mean, in terms of politics, like I said, I'm going to stick with the Greens. I found my home among them. So here I am, and here I am to stay. I mean, Ray and I have already been talking about, what these next few years might look like.
Duncan is talking about Ray Blackwell, the other candidate who lost his bid for school board, who got his master's at SU. Natalie Mooney is an SU student from Syracuse. She looks forward to the future of the Greens as a party for the people.
I like that it's a party that's not controlled by the 1%, which for Syracuse especially is a big deal.
Ray Garcia was there on election night. He got his master's at SU and tutors at the Byrd Library. Garcia hopes the party continues to grow after this year's elections.
It wasn't a midterm year, it wasn't a presidential year, and to still have 5 on the ballot shows a lot of activity.
Going forward, Raymond Blackwell, candidate for Commissioner of Education, says he's actually thinking about running against Mayor Stephanie Miner in 2017. We'll see about that. I'm Rob Romano reporting for Citrus TV News.
Howie Hawkins says he is looking into running for governor once again in 2018. He ran on the Green ticket for the same position last year.
And you may not think law enforcement and college students would be a good combination, but think again. One public safety officer at Syracuse University proves the two can get along. Citrus TV's Kathleen O'Hare tells us how.
Great guy. I feel like he's super important to this campus.
I think the world of Officer Joe.
The man they're talking about, DPS Officer Joe Shanley.
Sorry I didn't stop earlier. Good to see you. Good to see you, Jack.
He spent 16 years with the Syracuse Police Department before moving up the hill, where he's been making a difference in students' lives ever since.
So sophomore year, we were at the dining hall, Ernie, for like the day before everybody went home for Thanksgiving, and we were just sitting there eating, and all of a sudden he just sat down at our table and went around and was like, "Hi, Alex. Hi, Lexi. Hi." remembered all of our names and just sat down and ate dinner with us. He was like, oh, have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Be safe. I'll see you when you get back. It was the cutest thing ever.
Officer Shanley says he loves giving back and making sure students stay on the right track.
It's one of the most frustrating parts of my job was trying to get young adults to see the benefit of education, to see the benefits of trying to do the right thing instead of giving in to peer pressure.
Talking to students around campus, stories of Officer Shanley helping them out are not in short supply.
I worked at Juice Jam. I was in University Union, and somewhere in the day I lost my keys. So I run up to Officer Shanley in a panic. I recognized his face. It's the only reason I ran up to him. I didn't know what to do. I was scared when people get into my apartment, and he gave me his personal cell phone number, and he told me to go back to my apartment, and if I couldn't get in, he personally would come.
He did give me a ride home over the weekend, so that just goes to show you that he's a class guy, stand-up guy, and he'll do anything for the students.
While benefiting the students is rewarding for Shanley as well.
Professionally, just being able to go home just about every day feeling you made a little bit of a difference in someone's life. The amount of interaction I can have with the students in a positive way to hopefully get them where they need to go and earn their respect and their trust, which is very important.
Something he's accomplished with students all across campus. Kathleen O'Hare, CitrusTV News.
After the break, investigators continue to look into the shooting death of a 9-year-old in Chicago. We'll have the latest.
And tourists are still stranded in Egyptian airports. We'll update you on the suspected terror threat.
And it was warmer this week, but it's November in Syracuse, and you know what that means. Things will start getting cold pretty quickly. I'll have what you need to know for the weekend ahead, as well as next week when Citrus TV News returns.
On the night of October 14th, Syracuse University was notified of an off-campus incident via Orange Alert. Just moments after the event, Citrus TV News was already bringing you new information on Periscope and social media. Then we brought nearly an hour and a half of live streaming coverage to students on and off campus via the web. Our own Hunter Sines was at the scene near the shooting, sending us live images of the area under investigation. The following day, reporters were live with the full story. With full team coverage, we kept SU informed with the latest, most accurate information possible. We really are your campus news leader.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
President Obama spoke at the White House earlier today announcing the rejection of the Keystone XL pipeline.
Had it been approved, the pipeline would have cut across the U.S., carrying crude oil from Canada to Mexico for sale to international markets.
In the address, the president highlighted the negative effects of the pipeline plan.
The pipeline would not make a meaningful long-term contribution to our economy. The pipeline would not lower gas prices for American consumers. In fact, gas prices have already been falling. Shipping dirtier crude oil into our country would not increase America's energy security.
The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a challenge to the Obamacare birth control mandate. The latest challenge to the 5-year-old health care program comes from religious hospitals, colleges, and charities who feel they should not be required to pay for contraception to employees. This is because it violates their beliefs. The groups appealing come from Washington, D.C. and 6 states, including Texas and Colorado. The case will be argued this coming March.
So as you all know, Monday afternoon at about 4:30, right behind us in this tea alley,
Tyshawn Lee was murdered in probably the most abhorrent, cowardly, unfathomable crime that I've witnessed in 35 years of policing.
That was Chicago PD Superintendent Gary McCarthy on the shooting death of a 9-year-old in Chicago earlier this week. Today, authorities are saying they believe Tyshawn Lee was lured into an alley and killed by gang members. The investigation continues, but police say Lee's father may have had gang ties that contributed to the attack.
And now to Illinois, where more details are coming out in the story of the Fox Lake cop who killed himself. Reports now say Lieutenant Joe Glinowitz tried hiring a hitman to kill a village administrator. Authorities say Glinowitz feared the town official would discover his embezzlement crimes. Back in early September, the cop staged his suicide to make it look like a murder. An investigative report from Politico has revealed presidential candidate Ben Carson lied about his college acceptance to West Point. The Yale grad had previously stated he received a full ride scholarship to the military academy, a claim Politico says the school has no record of. Carson's camp has confirmed the story was false. CNN has also said they investigated Carson's claims of a violent past made in his autobiography, saying no one who grew up with the neurosurgeon could confirm his story. Carson has adamantly denied their report.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has suspended flights into Egypt after the suspected bombing of a Metrojet flight earlier this week. The British government has also stopped air traffic into and out of Egypt after the suspected ISIS attack. British intelligence fears another bomb could be on another plane out of Egypt, prompting the shutdown, which has left hundreds of tourists stranded. The ill-fated Metrojet flight was only about 20 minutes into its flight to St. Petersburg when the tragedy occurred over Sinai.
Reports say mustard gas was used in Syria during fights between ISIS militants and another rebel group. At least 2 were exposed, and the gas is expected to have caused the death of a baby. The August 21st attack was the first use of chemical weapons in Syria in 18 months. At that time, Syria agreed to destroy their chemical weapons. It is unclear if the mustard gas was manufactured or seized from a stockpile.
It's been an unseasonably warm start to November here in Syracuse.
Citrus TV's Nick Ross has the full weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. It was another warm one today, 64 degrees outside right now, and that high of 72 was always a little unusual to see for November, but when we take a look at the week ahead, I'll show you when things are going to cool down a little bit. As we look out, as I mentioned, unseasonably warm temperatures, we look out across what the average high temperatures ought to be for November, we should actually be sitting right around the 40s. So you can see we're close to being 20 or even 30 degrees above average. So definitely not something we're used to seeing. Tonight, though, it will get a little cooler, 47 degrees overnight. Could see a little bit of a chance of rain, but shouldn't be too much to worry about if you're out and about this evening. As we look out across the live and telecast radar, you'll see some more showers are going to come in tomorrow. Those showers will come in the morning, and as we actually take a look a little bit wider, you can see it's real patchy, the rain systems that are going to come through. Not a huge storm, not any kind of steady rain, but you'll get these little pockets of showers that might creep in here and there. As we look out across the entire country, you can see this cold front right here that's going to be actually moving a lot of that cooler air in. We won't be seeing so many of these warm temperatures when we move into next week. As we look out at tomorrow, as I mentioned, morning showers, a high of 51 degrees tomorrow, so you'll be a little cooler. Probably want to take a jacket, take an umbrella along with you. As we look at the 5-day forecast, 30% chance of rain tomorrow, partly cloudy on Sunday, 49 is your high. Monday, though, is going to be nice and sunny, 57 degrees, so still not too cold. Tuesday, 58 degrees. With a 30% chance of rain, and Wednesday will be partly cloudy, 63 degrees as your high.
When we come back, the first Friday of the month means one thing, the jobs report. We'll tell you the state of the economy.
And when we come back, Monica has all the entertainment news you need to know. Stay with us.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you.
Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt. There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The U.S. economy surged last month, adding 271,000 jobs. That's the biggest rise in employment since last December, and this growth brings the unemployment rate to a 7-year low at 5%. The improvement may be significant enough for the Federal Reserve to lift short-term interest rates in the near future. Wages also increased 2.5% in the past year, which is the largest annual improvement since 2009. And Toyota announced a 5-year, $1 billion research and development effort today to be headquartered in Silicon Valley. This research facility, Toyota Research Institute, will focus on artificial intelligence and robotics technologies and will explore how humans move. The center will open in January and will prioritize technologies that make driving safer for humans instead of completely replacing them, like Google and Uber's self-driving cars. Toyota also has research facilities located next to Stanford and MIT. And new studies are raising questions about whether required calorie counts are really making a difference. Researchers say even when restaurants post calorie counts, their customers don't make leaner choices. In 2016, all chain restaurants and some other retailers that sell prepared food will have to list calorie amounts on their menus. And now we'll send it over to Monica for all of your entertainment buzz. It's Hammer Time.
Lamar Odom turns 35 today in an LA hospital. The former basketball player and reality TV star is still recovering after being found unresponsive at Love Ranch Brothel in Nevada late last month. Since moving to an LA hospital, not much has been shared about his condition, though he is expected to be improving. And a reminder for those Saturday Night Live fans out there, Donald Trump will be hosting the show tomorrow night. The Republican presidential candidate says SNL approached him because of his ability to attract an audience, and he has certainly followed through. Many have been protesting outside 30 Rock, urging SNL to cancel the appearance. So far, they've been unsuccessful. After much speculation, new E! News has confirmed The Voice judges Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are dating. Shelton just recently finalized his divorce from country superstar Miranda Lambert after 4 years of marriage. Stefani also split from Bush lead singer Gavin Rossdale after 13 years of marriage earlier this year. A terminally ill cancer patient got his last wish when he was able to view the newest Star Wars movie weeks before it hit theaters. Daniel Fleetwood was given the chance to watch an unedited version of Star Wars The Force Awakens. The screening was the result of an online campaign called #ForceForDaniel, which even received support from some of the actors in the highly anticipated film. And now let's go to DRB Walker with the latest in sports.
Coming up in sports, it'll be a big weekend for Syracuse football as they intend to bounce back from their 5th straight loss. Syracuse High School football will take over the Carrier Dome for the weekend. Also, did the Orange field hockey team keep up their unblemished record? And can a 4-fingered defensive end make his return to the NFL? We'll discuss all that and more. Stay tuned.
Another season of Orange basketball excitement will be here soon. Wisconsin, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Pittsburgh are all due in the Dome. Will you be there when this happens?
One, lets it go, hits!
Will you be there when Dish happens? Will you be there when Swish happens? And Coach Q wants you there as well, as the women's team looks for its 4th straight NCAA tournament berth. Season tickets are on sale now at the Carrier Dome box office, Cuse.com, and 1-888-DOME-TICKS.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Syracuse football could be able to turn their season around Saturday as they take on Louisville. With the freshman at the helm of the Syracuse offense, the team's offense has shown signs of improvement in recent weeks. But what hasn't is the Orange's defense. The Orange currently sit at 3-5 on the season, and Syracuse has lost 5 straight. But 3 of their opponents were against AP poll ranked 25 teams in the country. The Orange's secondary struggled in Week 4 against LSU and has progressively gotten worse since. As miscommunication continues to be a problem for the Orange between the coach and the players, the team hopes to, with the break from the nation's best, they can bounce back against the Cardinals Saturday. Kickoff is set for 12:30 in Louisville. The unblemished Orange opened up their ACC championship play today as they took on number 4 ranked Virginia for the semifinal round. Let's see how they fared. The unblemished, Zoe Wilson comes in for the Orange to Emma Russell for a SU goal to put them up 2-0. And here we go. Virginia comes back and scores a goal of their own. And Kaylee Frost of Riley Tata hits a goal, making the score tied 2-2. Into overtime we go. And here we are. Laura Ruffles dribbles over and flies over to Virginia to get the goal. Emma Russell would score the goal for SU, putting them up 3-2, giving them the win over Virginia. Number 10, Syracuse advanced into the ACC tournament quarterfinals Wednesday as they shut out number 27, North Carolina State, 2-0. The Orange will take on number 5, North Carolina Sunday in front of the Tar Heel home crowd. This will be a tough game for the Orange since the team lost in Durham to the Tar Heels earlier in the season. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. Sunday. The Carrier Dome will host the annual sectional Central New York State Championship this weekend. Today featured the matchups Class D and Class A sectional. The Class D sectional features number 10 ranked Sandy Creek and number 14 ranked West Canada Valley, who are both going into the championship game with a combined 4 losses on the season. The weekend will conclude tomorrow with the Class C and Class D, Class A championship games. Things are beginning to stir up in the NFC East as the Giants are barely hanging on for the first place spot at an astonishing 4-4 on the season. The Giants defense has suffered the first 9 weeks of the season with their head man Jason Pierre-Paul being absent as the defense is torched by the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and his return to the team couldn't come any faster. The team won't make a final decision on the return of Pierre-Paul until Saturday, but kickoff is set for Sunday at 4:05 p.m. in Tampa Bay. Coming off of 2 losses, the New York Jets game Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars will be crucial as the team currently sits at 4-3 on the season. Kickoff is set for Sunday at 1 p.m. at MetLife. The Buffalo Bills are currently 3-4 on the season. The Bills will take on the Miami Dolphins Sunday. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. in Buffalo. And we are receiving breaking news right now. Former Syracuse quarterback Donovan McNabb has been sentenced to 18 days in jail after receiving a DUI earlier this year. He will start his sentence on November 30th after he serves jail time. He will complete his sentence in 90 days through house arrest for the remainder of the days.
All right, a lot going on in sports, but the big thing, Syracuse playing Louisville. What's your prediction?
I definitely see the Orange being able to figure some things out on the defensive end, so they should be able to come out with the win. Their offense has progressively gotten better over in recent weeks, so this could be the game that could help them catapult them forward. So maybe we can get those extra 2 wins to get to a bowl game. So see them taking the win.
Alrighty, thank you, DRV. And after this, one last look at your weather.
And a district of South Korea is paying tribute to a song. We'll be right back.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
All right, Nick, we had some broken records this week with high temperatures. Are we going to be seeing more breaking records with those highs, or are we starting to drop now that we go into November?
Well, it's November and we are in Syracuse, so we'll be seeing some cooler temperatures. There's a cold front that's going to bring in some cooler weather, especially overnight and into next week.
Alrighty, Nick, now some good new movies out. I want to go see the new James Bond. Will I need a jacket tonight if I head to the movie theater?
Yeah, you're probably going to want to take a jacket along. Shouldn't need that umbrella, though.
Okay.
It's always nice to see.
That's good.
And another reminder, when we wake up tomorrow morning, what are we looking at?
You're looking at some cooler temperatures tomorrow. High of 52 degrees tomorrow. Might see some showers in the morning.
Alrighty, thank you, Nick.
Think back a few years ago, and you'll probably remember the song Gangnam Style going viral.
The dance craze swept the nation, and apparently the excitement hasn't worn off in South Korea.
The Gangnam district in the capital city of Seoul will build a statue dedicated to the song performed by South Korea's own Psy.
The monument will be one of hands crossed at the wrist, like the move done in the dance.
Do you think you could do the dance, Jake?
I mean, I don't know if I got the style for it, but I think it's a weird idea for a statue. I think we should start doing it in the U.S. Like a Michael Jackson Thriller statue. I don't know other U.S. dances.
No, that's a good idea.
Who did the Macarena? Who was that?
I'm not sure that's a U.S. one.
All right. That's all we have for you tonight on Citrus TV News, but stay tuned on OTN for more Citrus content.
Coming up next, we've got Q's Countdown. After that, you can catch Syracuse Unpeeled right here on Channel 14. And thanks for joining us this evening on Citrus TV News. I'm Monica Hammer.
And I'm Jacob Reynolds. Have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. Syracuse, that's all for tonight.